every time. Us against the world. Us against the world. And then next minute you hear, we are invincible. And then you hear, I'm ready to put on a show. You know, it's like, come on, bro. And then Loki, if they have a Loki that copies that, your powers are mine. It's like, alright, what are we doing here? I think I just had one of the worst losses I've had on Marvel Rivals since I started playing about 2 weeks ago. This defeat just feels so, like I just feel so deflated because I was looking forward to playing today. And so I came on, you know, after losing 2 matches yesterday. 2 hours in a row, I go off for the day or the night or just for a few hours. And so I come on today probably expecting a win because, you know, it does seem like whenever you do come off after a loss or 2 losses, Marvel tries to gift you a win. And this game felt like that at the beginning. It wasn't easy, you know, you still have to try. It's not like a free win, but my teammates were decent, you know, I was playing well, and we was making it in the convoy in Yggdrasil. We was making it in like pretty fast time. Like we had like every time like 2-3 minutes remaining every time. First stage goes pretty smoothly. At first they were pushing us, but it goes pretty well. The second stage, they almost no resistance at all, and we're all playing really well. We're playing with 2 supports, and I think they were playing with 2 supports at the start of the game. We get to the first stage, we're so close to getting that 3-0 that we want, that 3-0 cushion. And all of a sudden, it's like all of their players, the tanks, the Magnetos, the Captain, the Winter Soldiers, they were just like, we couldn't kill them. And I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, I'm literally on the verge of killing these people and I can't kill them. And I was like, okay, cool, you know, Cloak and Dagger's using the ult, okay, fairs. But then after Cloak and Dagger's ult, I see Loki say, your powers are mine. And I'm thinking, wait, what? And now Loki's there. So but I know they had a Rocket Raccoon this whole game. Rocket Raccoon's up on on some place, right? And he's just healing people. So I was like, wait, they went 3 supports. And after like, we had 3 minutes like remaining just to push this, only a few meters. We were right at that base. Only a few meters. And we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. We started staggering. People started rushing to get over there. They started dying. I was thinking, why can't we kill these guys? We couldn't kill them. We couldn't kill their team. They were invincible. It's something had just switched. As soon as they went free support, we could not do enough damage to kill them. Every time their healers, their free healers, would somehow revive them back from the brink of death. And that is so it's so defeating, it's so deflating, it's so unmotivating to play against when the win was right there. It was right on. Obviously we still had the second round to do, but I'm telling you, it was record time we were doing it in. Like we was just pushing and pushing and pushing it until that point they went 3 supports. I didn't realize it until like 1 minute, 2 minutes left. I think I then tried to switch to Luna, but by the time I ended up switching to Luna to go 3 supports, and I even put it in the chat saying, guys, you know, because again this is solo queue, so guys, they've gone 3 supports. So I go Luna, I switch to Luna, the game ends, and we only have 2. Next round goes, now they went back to 2 supports, but I went to support from after being Captain America, and we just lose the game. The other support, the third support that we were gonna have, who was they were Mantis, Invisible Woman. They decided to switch to Squirrel Girl, ended up doing terribly. I don't know what was going through their heads. Other people were saying you should never play DPS again. I don't know. Some people sell like that. They really thought they were gonna. It is what it is. I think the main thing that I want to talk about in this video is just the free support issue, and everyone's talked about this, but Marvel has 1 or 2 choices. They either need to debuff healing or they need to increase damage. It's one of the 2 options, like, because it feels like so many times when someone's on the brink of death. And there was one time I remember we had two guys, me and I think a Spider-Man, were both hitting an Invisible Woman, and she wouldn't die. She wouldn't die. She would not die. This is just healing in general. She just wouldn't die. It was like, what is going on? We're both damaging her. A tank and a DPS were both damaging her, were both focusing on her, and she would not die. That is too much. Should healing be able to, you know, someone's about like could die, you could heal them and maybe clutch out and maybe they shield or something like that, or they get away, yes, that's fine. But it's when it's like they're on the brink, they're like one hit away, and all of a sudden they're back to full health. That's insane. That is insane work. That is insane work. The only way that should happen is, which happens for me a lot as a Captain America main. I'm there. I get to halfway through half my HP. I run back to the team now. By the time I get there, they've already sent shots backwards at me. But I'm on the brink, and then I come back. I get my full HP. I get healed to get my full HP back. That's okay. But it's when someone is getting hit and they're not even getting away and they're just back to full health. That to me is a bit crazy, unless they're using a Magneto shield or one of their tanks is shielding them, and then obviously and on top of the healers healing them as well. They should die. People need to die. People need to be killed in this game. Like what are we playing this game for? And it just feels like sometimes, especially that free support, there's just minutes of just invincibility, and the ultimates as well. And that's another thing as well. That's another option that Marvel has. They might need to scale down some of the ultimates. I use Lunar Snow. One of the reasons 12 seconds of him, like pretty much you can't kill her enemies unless it's like one shot. Like, do you know what I mean? And Cloak and Dagger as well is 8 seconds. And it's too much. It's too much time. You can't kill anyone. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun when you can't kill anyone. What are we trying to do here? The whole like is to kill people. Is to turn it to 6v5. Turn it into advantage for your team. That is fun to kill people. I don't want to play and I'm just hitting people and just doing damage. That's not fun. People to die. I want to hurt the other heroes. I want to beat them. But with this free support issue, it's like you can't beat them. You can't beat them unless you're either just that much better than them, which in ranks, I'm sorry, that doesn't happen that much. It happens in like maybe 1 of 4 games where you're like so much better than the other team that you could overpower them, even if they're using triple support. But a lot of the times the teams that are about your level or maybe even better than you, and if they use free supports, I'm sorry, I say this, you gotta go free supports back. Unless your DPSs or your tanks or your team is just doing that well, you're going to lose the game. And this is what I tried to say to my team in that game. I said, guys, free supports please. Free supports, guys, free supports. They went free supports. Let's count on free supports. Now in the second round, they didn't go they went 2 supports, but still I felt like we just wasn't doing well as a team. I had switched from Captain America to Luna. I felt like no one was doing the job that I was doing as a tank to you know dive, and so I could have maybe switched back to Captain America. But again, if we went free support, I believe we could have won that game and just kept them at the first stage. We wouldn't have died. But you know, it is what it is. Like that defeat just really hurt me because it just was a win that was right there. It was right there, and it was snatched away because of free supports. Not anything skill wise, not all of a sudden they started playing well. They had this invincibility. They just had invincibility, and they couldn't die. They couldn't die. Their whole it was like only one of their people were dying at a time, whereas us, because we don't have the invincibility back, 2-3 people are dying at a time. And so now we're going back under and now we're staggering, and now it's just not. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like Marvel, please either nerf the healing, increase the damage, and especially nerf the ults. Like for example, Cloak and Dagger, her ult comes so fast. She's always the first person to get an ult. Cool that down a bit. It's going like it's going like 2-3% per second or something like that. It's insane. It's disgusting. Every time, us against the world, and then next minute you hear we are invincible, and then you hear I'm ready to put on a show. You know, it's like, come on, bro. And then Loki, if they have a Loki that copies that, your powers are mine, it's like, all right, what are we doing here? You know, like it's too much. It's too much. Please nerf it, please, like, so we can enjoy this game. It's a fantastic game. Please nerf it so we can enjoy this game again. Thank you very much.